The legendary Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas destroyed the idea of progressivism as a cancer to America, and he also called on Americans to take our country back. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the legendary Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas speaking about progressivism, labeling it as sort of a cancer that has infected America and seeks to destroy this beautiful nation. And he also called on American citizens, you and I, to be more involved with politics, whether that's voting, running for office, doing something rather than just letting government happen. Because a lot of people will say, look, ABL, there's no hope. I live here, I live there. Things are going to happen. Who you vote for doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. It really does matter. Whenever I go to vote, normally I'm the youngest guy there. Okay, well, I'm kind of exaggerating, but not really. Normally when I go vote, I'm seeing a lot of senior citizens, whether they volunteering, whether they're voting. I'm seeing quite a few senior citizens. The young people of this nation must be involved with this nation. And if we're not, then we can't complain that you got people in Congress that's 85, 95, 1,000 years old. Who else is going to run the country if not for them? Because the younger generation is not doing it as much as they are. So what Clarence Thomas said in this speech partially is, you guys got to get involved. Young, old, everybody get involved to take your country back from the progressive ideology which seeks to destroy it. And before I go any further, let's get straight to a couple of clips. First, it's about progressivism. Then we're going to get into the idea of being involved with the nation. I will link to these clips and the entire hour and a half plus speech in the description box. If you want to see it and hear it without my commentary, if you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Before I let him speak, right, I have to get to a point to allow you to understand exactly what he's talking about. All right, because people ordinarily not understanding what he's saying. What he's saying is this, right? We have a written system. You have your folks, right, in history have fought significantly, lost their lives, protested, all in part to be a part of this written system. The written system are to be a piece of the Constitution, to have equal access to the country. And the way that we go about having that equal access, along with opportunities, right, is to vote. So when you don't vote, you don't give yourself a part that your folks have fought so hard for in this country, and that is to be a part of the written system, the writings of the laws that makes this country what it is today. Though you're so significant to the American power, and the reason why I call this the American power segment, because there are 4 key points to making to what an American, being an American is. That's grit, that's hope, that's rebellion, and that also means the responsibility. We're going to focus in on hope today. And what hope defines as an American, how it is defined is that tomorrow can hit hard, but I'll hit back harder. Clarence Thomas is going to go into this right now, but he's trying to have you understand that primarily the way that the Democrats are pursuing this is with regards to rebellion against the system that you've always fought, that your ancestors fought to participate in. Go against all the laws, the rules, the regulation, just to push their ideologies and agendas. So if you don't vote for your country, and believe this, you are the most native person in this country, because you have no other place to go, right? Other people can say they are Irish American, they're German American, they're Mexican American, but for a black person, there is no such thing truly as an African American, because Africans don't call themselves African American. They know their tribe, they know where they come from, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's Kenya, whether it's from the Congo, whether it's from Sudan, whether it's from South Africa. They know their tribe, they know their religion, they know these things, they know their language. You have had to create all this within the borders of the United States of America. So you have fought to be a participant in the written system, because if you weren't a participant in the written system, then you lack opportunity in the economic system, besides the other fact that you were being subjected to involuntary servitude, which did not leave you to any economic opportunity for anyone else. I mean, for it left you with economic opportunity for everyone else but yourself. So, as you became out of slavery, here you are. Now you have these opportunity to have freedom, to have opportunity for yourself, but then comes the other fight of being a piece of the making of the written system, in which the founding principles of this country are grounded upon. Okay, every man should be free, right? In pursuit of happiness. I'm gonna let Mr. Clarence Thomas speak, but you have got to understand your ability to vote. So for this SAVE Act, this is why there is a war going on right now between citizen and immigrant. It's a war going on because we have people infiltrating this country and being progressive in a sense that they want this country to be formed in a way that is accepting to the culture in which they came from, instead of realizing that people fought so that you could seek refuge in this country as a safe haven from where you came from.
At the beginning of the 20th century, a new set of first principles of government was introduced into the American mainstream. The proponents of this new set of first principles, most prominent among them, the 28th President of our country, Woodrow Wilson, called it progressivism. Since Wilson's presidency, progressivism has made many inroads into our system of government and our way of life. It has coexisted uneasily with the principles of the Declaration. Because it is opposed to those principles, it is not possible for the two to coexist forever.
Right on. Right on. Very well said. Now, this particular talk was at the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, okay, 1776. This is now 2026. Now, let's get to the next piece about being involved, participating. Now, the first part of this, it was him speaking. After he got done delivering the talk, he sat down for a Q&A. So this is all the same event, in case you were wondering. Let's go ahead and check it out.
As public trust in government continues to decline across multiple institutions, including the courts, many Americans now see the loss of confidence as a hill the government must climb to restore credibility. Why do you think public trust has eroded? Which concerns do you think are legitimate? And how do you suggest that we as a people could rebuild confidence in government, including the judiciary?
Now, please listen to what he says, right? I'm not going to take the opportunity to do much reaction to this video because I want you to be able to listen on the schemes that the progressive Democrats have on your mind. it makes you look a little bit different at them when you realize that World War II was started all with regards to a progressive movement. This is a mental slavery, you being under control with regards to leadership. So much so that it has you fighting in a failed state towards failure.
Oh, I think by learning more about it, by understanding it, and by not being controlled by people who have an interest in constantly pounding away because they don't agree or they want something else. It's like they're throwing temper tantrums. I think that unless people, and I meant what I said, I do not. It took to the speech even. It takes a lot of work for me because I want to say what I actually think. And I think if we don't stand up and take ownership of our country and take responsible for it, we are slowly letting others control how we think and what we think. I think the beauty of going to school is that you learn how to think for yourselves. You develop the discipline to think things through. If you think it's losing confidence, then you get up and you participate. You don't sit on the sidelines. You think that the state is being run and inconsistent with how you feel, then you get up and you participate. You prepare yourself. If you think that the medical profession is not right, well, you become a doctor or be a medical person and you deal with that. I think we need to take ownership of our country. It's our country. It is not on automatic pilot. People know more about how to program their cell phone than they know about their participating in their government. They read more. I don't know who reads all these notices when you have to update your stuff, but they probably do. I mean, the Constitution is that thick. You could sit down over a cup of coffee and read the entire thing. How many people have read it? How many people know why those provisions are there? I mean, I think each of us, this again, try to make the point, is government by consent. That means we take ownership. It's our consent. And it's our country. And the only way, I was asking a student at lunch today, and I'll repeat it. If you let someone use your car and you never check on it, whether they changed the oil, they had it serviced, you just let them take it to East Texas and use it. And you get it back. What condition do you think it would be in? It wouldn't look that, and that's what we're doing to our country. And if you want to think of people, how much they protect their cell phones. Why don't we protect our country that way? It's ours.
So this progressive party of the Democrats seems to believe that we the people means that we should have allegiance to party when we the people have allegiance to people. And that is the people who have bled, died, fought for this country to be what it is today. We have got to acknowledge something first. The Democratic Party has given this country up to foreigners. And I don't just mean the people that is in this country. I mean, the Democratic Party seems to be being funded by foreign governments to pursue these progressive ideas. It's actually been proven, especially when you look at Minnesota and you see that as these fraudsters, right, got money from the government through Medicare, they sent the money out and put the money back in to PACs for the Democratic Party in Minnesota. We have other instances where the Mexico government is doing the same thing. They're in cahoots with the Mexico government and are fighting for illegal immigration. So much so that they want these people to go out here and protest. We have NGOs out here that are organizing protests. And when you see that the Democratic Party are telling people to go out and fight and go out and protest with regards to this mass deportation idea, it's a calling on them, these NGO organizations, to organize the fight. Forgetting about all the people who have bled, died, to give these people refuge, to want to come to this country and receive the economic opportunity, the economic opportunity that you have fought so hard to gain access to. And they are participating in the written system. They are trying to participate in the written system by rewriting it, playing on your compassions. As you look at ICE, see how ICE is going about doing their jobs as what I call federal bounty hunters. When, if you were to go to court, if you were to make bond, if you didn't report to court, and it's just like what he's saying, if you were to do something, well, in a sense, if you were to be doing something illegal, if you were to take somebody's car, drive off in it, they get caught, or you get caught, aren't you expected to go to jail? So what is the difference in that, right?
If you want it, to have trust, if correct what you think is wrong, then get up and do it. Learn more about it. I was at a group of high school students visited me some years ago, probably, 30 years ago. It's hard to say that. I'm hanging around a long time. But the 30 years ago, and the teacher in front of the students said, "How many members of the court are there?" Well, she had a brochure in her hand that had 9 members. I mean, well, how hard is it to count to 9? So I think it's our country. We should take ownership of it, learn more about it, participate. If you don't like the way it runs, you run. If you don't like the way something is done, you get in there and you do it the way you think it ought to be done. Or if you think that you want to check to see whether trust is declining, you go and do it yourself. Don't listen to the networks or somebody on social media. Go check for yourselves. So I think, again, I repeat what I said there. It's our country. It's governed by our consent. Let us act like that and take ownership of it.
All right. Well, very well said. Very, very well said. That was fantastic. Now,
all right, so this brother, man, he had the little shortest version that, because like he said, this whole conversation, this interview goes on for a little over an hour or so. Well, not actually an hour. It goes on for about 50 minutes, right? But I want you to hear how Donald Trump states this stuff, right? And I know a lot of people got resentment towards Donald Trump because what Donald Trump is not feeding you is the falsehoods. He's being real with you. He's bringing nationalism back to the country, and where there is an ethos. And what that ethos is exactly what I mean by American power. It is what it is to be American. And don't nobody represent that more than black people, as you have been a part of that grit, that rebellion, that hope, and that responsibility. The hope, like I said, comes in to play right now because the hope is that tomorrow, I'm going to say it again, tomorrow we can hit hard. Tomorrow can hit hard, but I'll hit back. There is no one in this country who has been hit hardest by illegal immigration than black people. White people are just now being subjected to how hard is being hit as they are losing their jobs to people with H-1B visas. People who are coming into this country and taking their jobs away, and primarily in the tech industry, because you have got to realize the black community was defunded, not defunded, but wasn't receiving the necessary funding for it to participate in the same educational programs as some other schools, primarily in STEM. Let's go hear what Donald Trump has to say about this right quick.
One of the greatest betrayals has been the issue of immigration. Illegal immigration violates the civil rights of African Americans.
Okay. What I want to tell you is this is a call. This is a call to get you to activate. And the reason why Donald Trump is necessarily saying this is because he knows there has been no greater impact on a community with regards to illegal immigration than black people. Let me get this right quick. Than black people. You've been hit the hardest with regards to all this. I guess I haven't activated this. But anyway, you've been hit the hardest with regards to all this. You are the most native person of this country because you don't know where you came from. It is why the 14th Amendment exists. Surprisingly, not enough to say that you got 3 black men right here, sitting here telling you the same thing. And if there's anybody who is better and prepared to take up the fight because they have an understanding about what's going on and the impact that immigration has had on a lower level, because it hit the lower level first, is black people. So you've been hit by illegal immigration. And we can only hope that our legacy in this country stands tall and stands strong when it comes to this, because you are being called to activate yourself back into this system, to allow America to remember who you are in this nation, to gain your economic opportunities back, which regarded everything that the civil rights movement was about, opportunities, to gain your 15th Amendment status back, which, well, it's not necessarily taken away from you. Be a part of the written system. Go out here and vote. Activate. The written system is something that your folks has fought for. The written system is part of the responsibility that you have towards those individuals who bled, died, protest, who's, even during mass incarceration, was subjected to confinement. Even those individuals who were subjected to black laws, vagrancy laws. Those individuals who were subjected to segregation in this country. All due to white people's subtle rage against you. It's funny to say how horribly this all started from the ideas of white power. And I'm not saying that white power still does not exist, but you cannot see it. You have to live up to your responsibility of hope. This is your American power that in your calling right now, do not fall victim to this progressive movement who wants to leave you in a state of mental servitude. And that is the N-word. That is the whole idea of what the N-word stands on. Mental servitude. I'm going to shoot you with all this compassion, all this rhetoric to get you to vote for me. And as long as you vote for me, then I have your allegiance to party, then to people, then to system. The system is the people. The system is not party. The system is not the Democratic Party. The system is not the progressive movement. The system is you. Tiny Cross-H.U.G on the Trumped Up Live Show, man. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's a good day to be a soldier.
We are the essence of God's image. We are the representation of God's love for his creation.